Hey, what's going on, Chris? I'm doing pretty good, man. Just woke up not too long ago, got some stuff going. I don't know if you could hear my dishwasher, but did some dishes, getting all caffeinated. I'm sure you are, man. You were awake when I went to bed at 3. What's up, Dennis? Well, thanks for stopping in. You can go to bed now. Yeah, I was so tired last night. I had some shrimp that I was changing tanks. So I was dripping them into one of my other tanks. So that's the only reason I was awake. Go ahead and share the stream to Facebook real quick, get some people in here. Yeah, Crystal's Hoplos, that one female that you had on video, she's gorgeous, man. And it looked like, I don't know if I what I saw was correct, but it looked like she was fertilizing the eggs just from that little video I saw. So did you get quite a bit of eggs from that Hoplo dude? Yeah, let's do this. This is a little bit easier for me. Nice. Hopefully they get fertilized and you'll have some little baby Hoplos. That's still quite a bit though. Hi, Alice. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, you said that you're saving a species, so are they endangered? I don't know too much about them. Well, here, Dennis. What's up, buddy? All right, I shared the stream a few places, so maybe we'll get some new people in here. So, how's everybody doing? What did I miss on the last stream? Oh, that's a sad day. And totally missed the trash can. So they're not endangered, but there are 50 more than there would have been. Well, that's good. Hey, Len. Don't think I've seen you in the stream before. Welcome. So once we get a few people in here, I think I'm going to set up my phone so that way you guys can see the community tank, and I'll do a feeding on that. So it won't be a shrimp feeding just quite yet, but you'll get to see the rest of the fish. What's up, buddy? Aren't you supposed to be at work? Well, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Chris is one of my good friends that I've known for quite a while. He plays video games with me and my wife. That is, I actually have my big trash can is all recycle. I have a tiny trash can on the counter that I use for food waste and other stuff that's not recycling. So I recycle. Got to protect things. So how many people we got in here? Got 4 people. Had 5. Somebody just left. Not. Have you showered today? Yes, I shower every day. Actually, like 2 or 3 times a day. So I'm not saving water, but I'm recycling cans. In Arizona, there's no recycle value for cans. So I can take them down to like the junkyard and they'll take all the cans and stuff, but they don't they don't give us any money for it. It's not like California and other states where they actually give you stuff. Hey, Mandy. Sweeter than sweet boutiques, honey. Welcome to the stream. I can donate the money to Red Cross, yeah? Or I could donate it to my fish. So how's everyone's day going so far? Do anything exciting? Any new stuff from your fish rooms? Oh, well, welcome back, Len. Where's my fish? There's Rip. Hi, Rip. And where's the big butthead? He's back there somewhere. We can recycle. Oh, there he is. Nah, he's going to be a jerk. Really? Dude, Rip is allowed to be in the tank as well. It's like, you go sit in your corner. We can recycle plastic bottles, glass bottles, cans in the machine and get money. Oh, nice. Kind of like a coin star. You have 5 bags full. Working, waiting to clock out, go home to the wife and fish. What's going on, Porter? Nice, Mandy. You got a male episto? Can you guys hear my dishwasher in the back? I can stop it if it's too loud. Just been hanging out, man, doing fishy stuff, working. All right, good. Because it's kind of annoying. All right, so what do you guys think? Do you want to see me feed the community tank? Drop some food in there for him, or you could just stare at me. I'm purty. Beard's getting long. All right, give me 2 seconds. Gotta get it all set up. All right, I'm back. Let's see how this looks. Am I not on Wi-Fi? The heck was that? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop some food in there. What should we feed him? Should we feed him the duckweed food, some North Fin, the veggie mix? Do 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 do. Any food is fine. Homemade. All right, we'll do the veggie mix. Here, let's do this. I'll do a chunk of the veggie mix, and then I'll do a little piece of the duckweed. Now, hopefully, I can drop this right where the camera is. I failed. Yeah, I shared the stream to Mark's group, my page, a couple other places. So if anybody wants to share the stream anywhere, feel free, as long as we don't get any crazies in here. I'm gonna have to move the camera again. Well, thanks for stopping in, Lynn. Can you see the shrimp in there? Is that what you're asking me? Thanks, Dennis. So if you see any shrimp in this tank, I have some pretty big Amanos in here. Let me see. I just saw her. I have 4 Amanos. There's one back here on the plant. There's 2 males, 2 females. Yeah, all the only shrimp I have in this tank are Amanos. And I actually had 2 older mollies that weren't doing the greatest. And the Amanos were actually eating them alive. So I had to euthanize those fish. I'd never seen Amanos go after fish, but they were clamping onto the fish's tail and like eating the tail, and I just felt so bad for the fish. Normally when I have an older fish, I'll let it go and let it do its thing, but since they were eating it alive, I had to put them down. I felt so bad. It's definitely harder than just pulling a dead fish out of the tank because we're all used to having losses. It does happen over time, whether it's illness or fish getting sick or fish getting old. But to have to do it yourself for a reason, that was definitely hard. I didn't know they did that either. It was the craziest thing. I didn't know how to stop them. Like I dropped some food in there, hoping that they would let her go because I didn't have any clove oil at the time. So, but they're definitely opportunistic. If they see a fish that they think they can get, they're gonna get it. So one thing I do like about that duckweed food is I use Northfin pellets as my binder, so it brings all the fish out just because the smell. Like if you smelled that stuff, it smells so fishy, and you can see that even my coolie loaches are coming out, and it's daytime. Usually they're nocturnal. Yeah, once the fish kind of split up a little bit, I'll show a full view of the tank. Let me see if I can get them all on camera. Is that better, or did you guys like the close-up view? Thanks, Pat. Appreciate it, man. Good to see you. Tell your parents I say hi. Yeah, I've gone hunting in the past, fishing, so I've definitely done my fair share of taking things out, but usually for food. And I know you're not a U.S. citizen, but thank you for your service. Regardless of what country you serve in, it's not easy. And I scared all the fish. I'm an adult. I'm over 21. I can vape. And my channel is not for kids. I've said that multiple times. You can watch my videos, but if you join any of my live streams, it is definitely not kid friendly. Yeah, you can see how big my Corys are getting, the babies. There's a couple of them up front right there. Let's see if I close this. Maybe using too much of my internet. Yeah, I love my Corys. So if you're new to the stream, new to my channel, definitely do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe. That way you can see any of my future content. Hey, Fish Streams. Thanks for stopping in. We were up pretty late last night. She's still sleeping. Like always. It's one of the perks from working from home. You can make your own hours. You can stay up till 5 in the morning if you want to. It is 2 p.m. You may have to go to my channel, Len. Hey, what's going on, Big Tank Hank? Tater, those mollies that you see, the ones that are black and white, those are Dalmatian. And they're Dalmatian lyre tails. So you can see how their tail kind of fins out. And then the gold one is just a regular lyre tail. That's not too bad, Chris. I thought it was a lot later than that. Oh, What did you do to Alice? Let me see something real quick. Gonna take the fish away for a second. Come on. Where'd it go? We are currently experiencing technical difficulties. Come on. All right, I think that's a little bit better. So I switched from Wi-Fi to network data. So that should cut it from jumping all around. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I don't know why they're called Dalmatian. No idea. No, I live in the States and Dennis lives Denmark. Oh, you're asking Dennis if he lives close to Dennis? So does tater salad live close to pure shrimp? No, my name's not Dennis. I think there's enough Dennises. If you're asking me, it's hard to tell. Dang, Nightbot. That was 5 minutes ago. Nightbot's hustling for me. I don't have it set up to ask for money every 5 minutes. I don't know why it's doing that. But if you would like to help support my fish room, feel free. If not, we're still friends. I still love you. Everyone in Denmark is named Dennis. Must be a popular name. There's my bristle nose. Little tiny guy. Yeah, my name's Kyle Dennis. Kyle Dennis Dennis. Kyle Dennis Dennis Kyle. It's a long one. If I was a little bit more tech savvy, I'd pull up Discord for you so we could see it. But I don't know how to do it on my computer. I don't have it downloaded anymore. You are the OG patron. I just came out with some new tiers. Oh, gotcha. So I'll show you guys real quick. Pew. So if you go to my Patreon, I've got 3 tiers now. So exclusive photos, exclusive videos, and then bloopers. So anytime I mess up or basically say the F word, I edit that out. And then my wife, what she does for a living is she makes decals. So I figured I would give away some decals. Good timing, Nightbot. Nightbot's doing something right for a change. Now it's just going to spam because I insulted it. So if you have been following any of my videos and stuff, you know that I took all of my blue velvets from my shrimp tank and all of the coal offspring that resulted from my blue velvets and my cherries mixing, and I put them into a coal tank. So I have probably about 10 shrimp that look super dark brown or black. So what I did last night was I took all of those shrimp and I put them into my plant grow out. So that way I could try to breed those darker colors. And I thought they were cool. So I don't know if anybody else would ever be interested in something like that. But if I thought it was cool, then maybe somebody else will too. Because my goal is I would love for someday to not have to go to work to make this my job. So that way, I can raise shrimp, I can breed shrimp, I can sell shrimp, sell my food, just basically do what I like to do. That way I don't feel like I'm working at all. And I know my wife supports me, so it's just a matter of time. We'll get there eventually. Thanks, Tater. Yeah, definitely want to give a big shout out to Dennis Tater Salad and Brian Dodson. They're my first patrons. So my shrimp, my fish, definitely appreciate it. I appreciate it. These plants are growing in really nicely. Before we go, I'll show you guys a a full screen of the tank. It's coming along really nice. I got some new plants. I got it's true Rotala indica. So if you know anything about Rotala, Rotala used to, or Rotala indica has been misnamed. So what you're really seeing is Rotala, was it? I can't think of the name, but it's not true Rotala indica. So most places that sell Rotala indica isn't the true Rotala indica. So I got some of that, and it's transitioning right now, and it's got some new growth on it. So I'm hoping that it doesn't completely die off. Welcome back, Pat. Hope your parents are doing well. There it is, Rotala rotundifolia. Share my screen real quick again. So this is Rotala rotundifolia, and it's been misnamed as Rotala indica. So a long time ago, it was shipped over and mislabeled as Rotala indica. So you can see it's got these broader leaf sets, or not broader, very narrow leaf sets. Now, if we do just Rotala indica, you can see it has more of these broader leaves, and it looks more like, I would say, like a bacopa than anything. And it's got a real fat stem, slow growing, where the Rotala rotundifolia grows a lot faster. So I'm excited for that. I hope it does well. I hope it doesn't just completely melt back. Yeah, it's called a lyre tail. So if you know what a lyre is, the musical instrument, it kind of has that shape, like the crescent moon. So I believe I only have one female in there that is not a lyre tail. Oh, there she is, right up front. It's that Dalmatian. You can see she just has the oval. And these mollies have driven me crazy since I got them. They they came into my tanks with something. I have no idea what it was. I thought it was gill flukes. I thought it was some type of parasite, but I have treated this tank with everything I could think of. General Cure, Metroplex, Canaplex, EM erythromycin, tail and fin cure, whatever it is. Basically, anything besides the harder chemicals like cupramine and methylene blue. Like I didn't do anything like that, but they seem to be coming around now. And since I've added quite a bit more plants, they seem to be doing better. But they were just struggling, looking sick, hiding all the time. I didn't try levamisol. But it's when you don't know what you're trying to fix. Like I asked so many people what's going on with them, and they had the only thing I can describe it as is they looked cloudy. They didn't look shiny. So almost like an irritation of the skin or some type of I don't even know what to say, like how to describe it, and could not figure it out. But they seem to be doing better now. Yeah, I almost think that may be better because when we're dumping all these chemicals into our tanks, we're really creating these parasites and viruses that are going to be immune to these medications. So, you know, ick has been around for a long time, and there's a few strains of ick out there that is immune to anything you put in there. It's just not going to kill it. That's what I thought too, Zen, but I have no idea. I added salt, that didn't help. So I was trying to generate more slime coat because that's what it seems like. There was something going on with them, and they're still not 100%. Like they're 20 times better, but I've never had Molly struggle like this. So whatever was getting them good. And that's why if you if you watch my videos, I don't do a lot of videos on this tank because it's just been a struggle for me. And it's now that I've got it planted, now that things are starting to be normal, it's been better for me. And I'm all for showing my flaws and showing my fails, but if I don't know what is wrong with them, I can't really make content on that. I can't put up a video. I'm like, oh, my fish is sick. I've tried everything. So I kind of just left it alone, did what I could. And now that I'm not really messing with the tank, it seems to be a lot better. My wife and my buddy Ryan said I'm just a hypochondriac and overreacting and medicating when there's nothing wrong. But I've had mollies for years. I know how they act, and these fish were definitely not acting normal. I use Prime. I should get some stress coat though. Yeah, I know that's the tried and true method, Pat. Just salt and heat. You can see that veggie mix, how it's broken up into all its little components. So it's basically zucchini, sweet potato, barley, green beans, puree, carrot puree, some added minerals. I'm going to grab the link real quick on how I made that. I'm sure most of you guys have already seen it, but if you're new to my channel and you haven't seen how I made my food, I'll show you real quick. Come on. There we go. I couldn't find the shareable link. Was Indy in the background? He is currently pissed off that I'm sitting here. What's up, dude? You're gonna get attacked. He does not like you out. Yeah, see? Go sit back in your corner. Apparently this is Indy's tank. He's been more aggressive lately. I don't know why he's decided to be a jerk this last couple weeks, but I'm gonna put the divider back up. give them some time to have their space. Pat, are you asking if I made my food myself? Thanks, Dennis. Yeah, Indy and Rip are both Oscars. They're my boys. Yeah, Oscars are what got me into the hobby, and I've been moving away from bigger fish just because of how much space their tanks really take up. And shrimp have really captured a space in my heart, and the fact that I can get a little tank and have 50 shrimp in there, it's definitely a bigger plus than having this tank. Which, even though this is a 75-gallon, I really should have like 100 or 125 for two Oscars. So the fact that I have two in the 75 is why Indy is the way he is towards Rip. And some fish are more aggressive than others, but if I gave them more space, then he definitely would calm down a bit. Yeah. So the food that they're eating right now is my veggie mix. So I believe Dennis posted that link, the homemade shrimp slash fish food. Yeah, he's a jerk, but he's my jerk. I actually had to trim my guppy grass yesterday. It was taking over the tank. It's only been a couple weeks since I planted this tank again, and it was taking over the whole top. So I removed one of the plants and I trimmed it up really well, and it's already at the surface. Like, it's this far from the surface, and I trimmed it 3 days ago. But hey, that's more money for me. If it wants to keep growing, I'll keep selling it. Another thing too with this tank, I have a lot of good plants in this tank, but because I didn't know what was going on with my fish and why they were acting different, I didn't want to sell any of my plants out of this tank because I'm not trying to infect anybody else's fish with whatever's going on. So that was kind of frustrating too because this selling plants and stuff like that is how I supplement my fish tanks. And I have the money to go out and buy what I need, but if I can offset that cost by doing anything I can, then definitely going to. Pat, is your name also Dennis? We just all need to change our name to Dennis. One thing I've noticed with this food is the snails I have are kind of taken over. So it does kind of spread throughout the tank, and I think I'm feeding the snails. So I've been cutting back on feeding, so that way I'm not overpopulating my snails. I didn't know you had Oscars, Dennis. Jose? What does that mean? So where are you from, Alice? Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Dennis. I don't know. I don't know what I would do if something happened to Indy. It's like, do I got to change my Facebook name? Like, is that, or do I keep it? Change my name to Rip? Let's see. When did I get Indy? He's probably about 3 years old now. So he's definitely. I've had him a long time. Yeah, I can imagine. I don't. I worry about him like me waking up in the morning and just finding him on the ground because he'll spaz out every now and then and just jump as hard as he can. Yeah, it's almost like losing a dog because Oscars have so much personality. Yeah, I would be highly upset if anything happened. Yeah, they are baby mollies. So these are the mollies that I had in my 10-gallon tank. If you saw the video of me setting up the quarantine tank where I went to Petco, bought the 10-gallon tank, those are the mollies that I had in that tank. So last night I broke down the 10-gallon quarantine and just kind of put it aside. I moved the sponge filter that was in there to the shrimp tank upstairs because I've got quite a bit more shrimp in there. So instead of having that small sponge in there, I traded it out for one of the big ones. So now I've got two of those 60-gallon sponges in there. I'm gonna grab some water. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. So it's that time of day. It's that time of day. Gotta keep Corona away. Vitamin C is what you need to be Corona free. What did I explain? I got the short term memory loss. Oh, my quarantine tank and whatnot. I just ramble. I'll start talking. If I ramble too much, just let me know. Was it skull? I jumped into Pure Shrimp stream last night at 3 in the morning, and I had been doing fish stuff, so I had a couple beers, and it was 3 in the morning, and so I know it's like 10 a.m. or whatever time it was for them. So I won't be drinking with you, but I'll definitely have my morning. I don't even vitamin C crap. Yep, skull. So is that Danish? I am. You will learn that I am very geologically deficit declined. I don't know. Like me and geography don't work. Scandinavian. Okay. So now I got to pull up Duolingo and learn some Scandinavian. Challenged? Yes. Geographically challenged. I know some German. Jawohl. I probably put way too much food in that tank. No, that's awesome, Dennis. I'm jealous. I'll have to make a road trip and come see everybody. Road trip to Denmark. I think I could drive that far. I got this. Just take the bridges. Do I have some in there? Yeah. I've got tons of snails in there. There's ram's horn, and then there's these little tiny, like microscopic snails. I want to I want to put some mystery snails in there, but I haven't done it yet. Oh yeah, I was gonna show you guys my apple snails. Well, I don't see them. Oh, there's one. Yeah, they're decent size though. Thanks, Len. Yeah, I thought it was funny. I'm like, I'm gonna do this video and I'm gonna get these people that have like IBC totes for storing RO, and I got my little bucket, my little 18-gallon bucket. Yeah, I would wait, Pat. Don't be doing any traveling yet. They're getting busy, Lynn. Yeah, a drone would be cool. You can see all kinds of stuff with that. So I use salty shrimp, GH, and KH plus. So there's salty shrimp, GH plus, GH plus, KH plus for Caradina shrimp, but I don't have any Caradina shrimp yet. So I just use the salty shrimp, GH, and KH plus. Happy ending? What are you talking about? So I actually don't test my KH or GH. I remineralize to anywhere from 200 parts per million to 250. And usually it's about 1.5 to 2 scoops for 5 gallons. Thank you, Tater. So what do you guys think? Do you wanna see the coal tank? Possibly see if they'll eat? They don't come out for food like my cherries do. I think because there's so much decaying plant matter in there that they have all the food they need. What was that about? Fish are getting crazy. They're getting cray cray. You want to see Andy? He's like, food? You're gonna give me food? Yeah, they're gonna get mad at me today. So with bigger fish like this, it's a good idea to fast your fish. So that way it kind of clears their digestive system and keeps them healthy. So today they get no food, and that's why you see them begging. Because usually every morning I wake up and I feed them, and they looked so sad when I walked by the tank and just said hi to them. I didn't even drop any food in, so they'll be a little angry with me today. I know, he's my mascot, huh? You my mascot, bud? Even though he freaking hates me. Yeah, we're we're not cool, huh? You see him puffing up? Am I too close? Social distancing. You guys need to back up 6 inches. You're too close together. Last night I kept coming in and out of the garage where I have my other tanks, and every time I walked into the house, he frills his gills out, starts swimming at the tank, all pissed off, like you're not allowed to come inside. You go hang out with your shrimps. So I'll tell you a story about kissing fish. When I was little, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4, my family went fishing, and I had caught a fish, and it was catch and release. So we were going to catch the fish and put it back. So my dad let me hold the fish before I put it back, and he said, like, all right, we got to let it go. Say goodbye. So I gave the fish a kiss goodbye. I'm just a little kid. I'm like, bye, fish. Love you. Have a good life. So even from a little kid, I loved fish. What are you doing? Oh, he's being a jerk. There's so much glare on the tank. Hey, look, we're both in the shot. the chat freeze. There's nobody talking. Nobody liked my fish story about kissing fish. It's a 75-gallon tank, Alice, and then I have a 20-gallon sump, which I didn't turn the light on. Here, let's look at that. You guys are all fish nerds, right? You want to see some filtration? Yeah, let's not show you my messy house. We've been on a cleaning strike. It's like Indeception. So this is a 75-gallon, but it's connected to an overflow. So this is my filtration. It overflows into that trickle filter. It goes over the sponges. Whoops, let's stop shaking. It goes over the sponges. I have coarse sponge in there, a finer sponge, and then filter floss. So the filter floss polishes the water to make it crystal clear. And then I have plastic pot scrubbers for biological filtration, ceramic discs or rings for biological filtration, and then to help remove nitrates because he's a big fish, I have pothos in there. So the pothos help to absorb the nitrates because he's a messy guy. And now that I've got two Oscars in here, but you can see that, the pothos are doing great. And I've done a video on this in the past. If you go and look, I don't know why I didn't do this. I just want that tank. Apparently I don't know what I'm doing. All right. See if I get really close. I'm all tangled up. Apparently, filtration isn't the most appealing topic. I've got 4 people watching now. I was at 7. I was like, believing in miracles, catching 12-centimeter fish on triple hook with corn on every one hook. I'm a filtration nerd. If you watched my video on the ocean floor tour, it's a local fish store. It's like 17,000 square feet. It used to be a roller rink. I had the manager take me in the back so I could look at their filtration. Without filtration, our fish won't won't live. But now that I've been doing this a little bit longer, I realize that it's not so much how much filtration you have, but how you use it. Because I've watched LRB Aquatics where he doesn't even have his sponges turned on. He doesn't have any water circulation or air circulation. The sponges are just in the tank for biological media. So it's just in there to house the bacteria. Be be what? Be all that you can. So, what kind of questions do you guys have for me? What do you want to know? The male Molly's so pretty. So I actually use sponge filters exclusively. So besides Endy's tank with the sump, I don't I don't have any other type of filtration in any of my tanks. So I've done a lot of research into biological media, and from what I've seen, as far as surface area goes, because for biological media, you want the most amount of surface area that you can get. The plastic pot scrubbers have rated to be the highest. So I know there's all these companies that are making, like Biohome and Seachem Matrix, and people use lava rock, and good old sponge is the best biological media that you can get. And that's why in that tank, it's most of my biological media is I have bio balls, but then I also have all those pot scrubbers. So for that filter, I could probably put four more Oscars in here, of course, slowly over a certain amount of time, and I would be able to keep up with that ammonia load. The only thing is, it's not fair to the fish. I'm going to be having to do large water changes every 2 days because the nitrates are going to go crazy. I usually do probably, I want to say like an 80% water change in this tank once a week, and that keeps my nitrates almost at nothing. I went 2 weeks without a water change, and I tested the water before, and it was right around like 40. So even 2 weeks with the plants in there, my nitrates didn't get above 40. See, plants are the solution. Plants, even for like our drinking water and our sewage, there's a lot of water treatment facilities that are using live plants to treat the water. And it's with the way that we treat our water, yeah, we can sanitize it, we could take out all that waste, but the stuff that's still in there, you're still getting tons of prescription medication. If you were to test your tap water, there's going to be like cocaine and Viagra and all kinds of stuff in there that you wouldn't even know of. And it's kind of crazy, but If you look at some of the studies they've done with wild fish have trace amounts of cocaine in them, Viagra, Tylenol, just all kinds of chemicals that, we ingest them as people and then excrete them. They go to the water treatment that, it gets treated, it makes its way to the rivers, to the oceans, and, then the fish live in that. So with plants, they'll actually absorb that stuff and filter the water out. Where does the white go when the snow melts? I don't know what snow is. What is snow? I don't I don't have that in the desert. Yes, snow is something I don't have. But I definitely love my sponge filters. They work the best. Plants seem to do a lot better without all the water movement. In my 60-gallon, I couldn't get frog bit to grow because the hang on the back filters were just pushing them under the water, and it was really messing them up. Are you guys talking about that stuff in snow cones? The colored flavored ice? All right, who do we got still in here? I've got Tater Salad and Pat. Who else is lurking? I see you. I see you lurking. No, I've never heard of it, Tater. Having such a variety of platies in one tank, you'll have nice hybrid fry. Yeah, if you look, you see that one in the middle? It's kind of a mix. It's got the gold and the Dalmatian. It's almost like a calico. Let's look it up. Venezuelan black Cory. Venezuelan black soup, black bean soup. Oh, those are cool looking. Now let's share with the class. Oh yeah, those are pretty. This one almost looks like a green Cory. Oh, it's an orange Venezuelan. Oh, look at that chunky female. I love Corys. They're so cute with their little whiskers. Yeah, those are neat looking though. You're watching Tinder King. I've got a judgment against me from some bitch down in Florida. I saw I saw a meme yesterday that said Baskin Robbins is changing their name from Baskin Robbins to just Robbins because they don't want to be associated with that. What's her name? Totally drew a blank. Oh, Carol Baskin. Yeah, mollies, platies, swordtails, endlers, guppies. Those are the most common live bears. There's actually something that I want to get at some point. It's called a Yucatan Peninsula molly, and they get like this big, so they can get 5 to 6 inches. See if I can find it for you guys real quick. Well, these are not fish. So this is the Yucatan Peninsula molly, and they get gigantic. They don't have the colors that some of the mollies have, but they have this really big fin on them. So like here's a, you can see the size of them. Was that 50 centimeters? Look at that. These guys get massive. Put them back in the water. Yeah, they're really pretty though, and they're a little bit harder to keep. The live bears are the most popular fish. It's what everybody starts with. Like my first fish were mollies. When I was just a wee lad, that was one of the first fish I kept was mollies. And then I started looking into what to do with all the babies, and that led me to Oscars. So a lot of recommendations were, mollies are food for Oscars. Sailfin, yeah, the sailfin is that big sail on the top. Yeah, I've got mixed feelings on collecting wild fish. Not a lot of them. They have the population that you could collect them. It's fine. It's just I don't know. I feel like it's hard to take the wild out of the fish and just put it in a box. Like these fish, they were bred in fish tanks. Like that's all they know. All right, so I'm gonna show you guys the tank. That removes my audio too. That's not cool. Well, how do I just do the one tank? Technical difficulties. There we go. Now you should still be able to hear me. Yeah, it's not a bad idea because you're gonna get those genes that are just strictly. Oh, I scared the fish. So you can see how much these plants have grown out. Like the guppy grass, I had to trim that recently. the Ludwigia, you can see that it's starting to get new growth on it. So much glare. And then this is you could kind of see him there. That's that Rotala indica I was talking about. So it's just a bare stem right now, but it's starting to get some new growth on it. And then my moneywort. But it's all growing in real nice. All right, we're down to 3 people. I think I'm boring you guys. So what aquatic animal do I at this time get most enjoyment of? I'm gonna have to say my shrimp. I don't know what it is about them, but they just fascinate me. Fish are great, but shrimp have definitely been my most recent focus. Yeah, the only people that are watching are the ones that matter, right? But I don't know what it is about shrimp. I don't know why there's such a fascination with them. If it's the different colors, if it's how fast they breed. I like watching them eat. I like watching them just swim around. Like fish, kind of just do their thing. I couldn't tell you. I don't know why I like shrimp so much. Now plants have always fascinated me, and I don't know why it took me so long to get into aquatic plants because I've been gardening for years. A few years ago I made, I don't know, I probably canned like 50 jars over the year of peppers and my own cucumbers or my own pickles. So plants definitely fascinate me, how they grow and how they propagate and do their thing, and how they can filter water. Like you can set up a tank with no filter. If you have tons of plants, it doesn't matter. Like the fish will be fine. I know my buddy Ryan, he's actually um, setting up a tank with no filter, just plants and a few snails right now, but he wants to be able to show that you don't need filtration if you do it right. Beginner hobbyists definitely don't put no filter in your tank. You're gonna lose your fish. But when you're more experienced and you understand kind of the chemistry behind everything, you can do more things with your tanks without having a filter. Dennis, what's your secret? Can I tell you a secret? I see dead people. Now I've got to watch The Sixth Sense. I got to get money for it. I don't have money for new tanks right now. I have the tanks. I need to get substrate and get it going. And once I move, so with the whole virus and everything going on, we were planning to move in February, but we've kind of put that on hold until everything calms down a little bit. But once I move, once I get all these tanks to the new house, I'll set up a Caradina tank because I don't want to set up anything new right now, and then at least anything that's overcomplicated. Like I can throw a sponge filter in a tank and be good, but I know with a Caradina tank you need a cycle for at least 6 to 8 weeks, and that's not something I want to commit to at this time with everything being up in the air. Yeah, I saw that tub that you set up, Dennis. That's exciting. You'll have to keep us updated. Well, guys, I'm starting to get hangry. It's been about an hour and a half. I wasn't planning on streaming today, but I figured I got nothing else going on, so might as well jump in here. And definitely appreciate you guys for jumping in, keeping me entertained and entertaining yourselves at the same time. Plus, I had no fishy things to do today. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but I've got a calendar on my wall that has all my water changes and stuff. So that way I know what days to do what. All right, so I will end it. But, you know, as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. I definitely appreciate it. And if you love me, you love my fish, you love my videos, hit that subscribe button. But thanks again and enjoy the rest of your day.